Comic-Con has come and gone, but the news keeps rolling on. For TV Enthusiast, the week's news.
The week's news on TVEnthusiast.com.
It is the week of July 29th, 2016. We've got a lot to talk about, especially Netflix. So, Netflix was at the TCA events this week. Netflix Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos took stage and revealed a few things. First, their original programming budget, which was previously stated to be at $6 billion. Well, now he says that they will exceed that budget, though he has not given specifics. New season renewals have been given to Flaked, Lady Dynamite, Marco Polo, Real Rob, and Chelsea. Netflix continues to pretty much renew every show they get. Sarandos said that ratings don't really matter to Netflix. It's all about filling a need in their catalog. So that is why they can have these second seasons for shows that might not be critically well received and might not get a lot of buzz. Oddly enough, Stranger Things has not yet been renewed for a second season. Stranger Things is currently the object of love for a lot of critics. It's getting a lot of buzz out there, but it hasn't yet been picked up for a second season. Sarandos said this is mostly due to them wanting to keep press attention on the first season, which is currently available. Of course, if we're going to be talking about Netflix shows, we're going to have to talk about their Marvel slate. So, Sarandos said that they're going to have to speed up production of their Marvel slate because right now they're putting out 2 shows a year, but that's creating big gaps between seasons of shows, and that's going to cause problems with getting the actors back because they have to do other work. So he says they're going to try to speed that up a bit. But they're also all going to be involved with the Defenders series, and that's the production of the Defenders series is going to put a little bit of a wrench in those plans as well. Speaking of Marvel, Sarandos mentioned Agent Carter, which was canceled by ABC, and many expected Netflix might pick it up. They ended up turning it down. Sarandos says that is mostly because they already have a rich lineup of Marvel properties. Netflix also announced release dates for some of their upcoming shows, so let's go over those. Chef's Table France debuts on September 2nd, 2016. Easy, a new Chicago set anthology series, debuts on September 22nd, 2016. The Ranch gets the second half of its first season on October 7th, 2016. Black Mirror finally debuts its long-awaited third season on October 21st, 2016. Lovesick, which was formerly titled Scrotal Recall, returns on November 17th, 2016. And Beat Bugs, a new animated series based on the music of the Beatles, debuts on November 18th, 2016. The Gilmore Girls return, A Year in the Life, returns on November 25th, 2016. Captive, a new hostage negotiation drama, debuts on December 9th, 2016. And One Day at a Time, a Cuban-American family drama, which is actually a remake of a previous series, returns on January 6th, 2017. But what about Mitch Hurwitz's beloved Arrested Development series, which had a season 4 on Netflix and a long-teased possible season 5? Well, Mitch Hurwitz was there at the TCAs, and he said that season 5 is largely already planned. It's already blocked out, and they could even be filming in early 2017. Hurwitz re-edited the 15-episode variable episode length 4th season that was a little bit divisive. He re-edited the entire season as 22 22-minute episodes. The recut included new narration by Ron Howard, but no release has yet been announced. This right now is just kind of in Mitch Hurwitz's private collection, I guess. But hopefully at some point they'll release it on Netflix and we can watch the 4th season from an entirely different perspective. So the 4th season of Arrested Development was a little polarizing because it kind of focused on individual stories per episode rather than kind of the way it would cut back and forth between different character stories going on at the same time in older seasons. This cut is bringing it more to a traditional Arrested Development style, so it'll be interesting to see how it all pieces together in that way. Now, if you were paying attention when I announced the Netflix original premiere dates, you'll notice that Black Mirror was one of the ones I mentioned in there. Well, there's some more news coming out for that. They've announced the titles of the 6 episodes of Black Mirror for its 3rd season, as well as some of the stars and directors involved. So, the first episode is going to be called San Junipero, and it stars Mackenzie Davis from *Halt and Catch Fire*. Then there's going to be an episode called Shut Up and Dance starring Jerome Flynn from Game of Thrones. He plays Bronn on Game of Thrones. Then there's a episode called Nosedive starring Bryce Dallas Howard. That's Ron Howard's daughter, who has appeared in Jurassic World. It will be directed by Joe Wright, who directed the movie Hannah. And it is actually written by Rashida Jones and Mike Schur of Parks and Recreation. Men Against Fire is the next episode, which stars Michael Kelly from House of Cards. Hated in the Nation stars Kelly MacDonald from Boardwalk Empire, and Playtest is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did 10 Cloverfield Lane. It isn't all Netflix news, though. MTV has announced that they're going to launch an 80s and 90s themed nostalgia channel. This is a rebranding of their VH1 Classic, which will now be called MTV Classic. This rebranding starts on August 1st. Content announced for this MTV Classic channel includes Beavis and Butthead, Iron Flux, and Unplugged, including some of the best performances like Nirvana and Bob Dylan. Now let's take a look at what's coming up on the horizon. On Thursday, August 11, 2016, Take My Wife debuts on CISO. On Friday, August 12, 2016, The Get Down premieres on Netflix. On Sunday, August 21st, 2016, Fear the Walking Dead returns to AMC. On Tuesday, August 23rd, 2016, Halt and Catch Fire returns to AMC. On Wednesday, August 24th, 2016, Gomorrah debuts on Sundance. On Sunday, August 28th, 2016, The Strain returns on FX. On Wednesday, August 31st, 2016, You're the Worst returns to FXX, and Shed-Eye debuts on Hulu. And now it's time for the question. Now that MTV has announced a classic nostalgia channel for their content from the 80s and 90s, what MTV nostalgia would you most be interested in rewatching? What nostalgia do you have for the MTV channel? As always, thanks for watching the week's news on TVEnthusiast.com.